How to be happy. Today's April 12th. Currently driving home from my steady income job in Oak Brook, Illinois, to a northwest suburb of Chicago, Illinois. And this video today is about the pursuit of happiness. So how do we become happy? Well, that's the big question, right? How can we reach happiness? A lot of us know that, especially that live in the United States, that are on this 9 to 5, 9 to 6 grind. How do you really become happy with your life? How do you achieve that certain something that really just makes you want to get up every day and look at yourself and scream, "Yes, I love this life. This is fantastic." You know, we can do that. Anybody that's been on self-improvement or any kind of way to improve their lives, a lot of the mentors say, well, fake it till you make it. And that in part is true, but that was a close maneuver. But sometimes you feel like you're lying to yourself. Sometimes you feel as though that things are just not working out and you're almost at the point of giving up. So the realization is, this is how I address how to achieve happiness. Okay, I define happiness as two things. Two very, very broad, general trends is happiness. Okay? First of all, you're not always going to be happy. Once you're aware that you don't always have to be happy, you become more happy. It's a weird parallel, but it is true. The moment that you actually become, oh, I'm not feeling so great today. Oh, well, this doesn't define me. This is just a weird part of my day. This could be because the weather is not that great. I haven't had that much time in the sun. I've been working too hard. I haven't eaten anything. I haven't been working out. Things of that nature that influence how you perceive happiness, right? So bear in mind, you're not supposed to be happy all the time, because sometimes we try and live happy and we have these ecstatic moments. Oh yeah, I'm so happy today, things are going so well, and then things start to take a decline. It's how we handle the declines. And what I used to do is, oh man, I'm not happy right now. Why am I not happy? Now I'm even more unhappy that I'm not happy right now. And then it's a spiraling downward escalator, and you don't know what to do to get out. So one thing that is important is to have an awareness of your emotional state. Be able to check in with yourself on a third person out of body mindset and go, okay, I'm really not that happy right now. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's because I haven't eaten. Maybe it's because I've been working myself to the bone. Maybe it's because, I haven't had sex in a while. That could be. And all those things play a part. They all play a part in your overall fundamental happiness. But when you actually step outside and address, okay, I'm really not that happy, but I don't have to be happy all the time. You start to become more aware. Do things get instantaneously better? No, but over time you start to go, oh, okay, this is just a little rut in my day or in my week. I don't have to be defined by this moment. So bear that in mind as we keep going along here. So I want to go back to defining happiness. I want to define happiness here. Two ways. This is true happiness, and this relates to any aspect of life, any real motivational thing that you've been aspiring towards. This covers it all. I define happiness in two ways. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. I don't have any drums. Two ways. Happiness is balance, and happiness is also progress. Balance, progress. Balance, progress, balance, progress. Ingrain those two terms into your head. Okay? If you have to get a tattoo of them, don't get it on your forehead. Get it somewhere where, you won't be judged. or do it where you're judged. It doesn't matter to me. But seriously, ingrain these into your brain because they are a big deal. Happiness is balance and happiness is progress. David, what does that even mean? Well, let me give you some examples. Okay, first of all, happiness is balance. How do you define happiness? Well, it really depends on what makes you happy. Certain things make other people happy more so than others, which makes a lot of sense because each person is unique and is their own individual. So how do we apply this rule of happiness to all people? Well, here's the thing. You have to make a list. A big umbrella list of things that make you happy in life. Personally, I've made a list. It's about 6 or 7. Last time I checked, it was 7. 7 big things that make me happy in life, that I have goals towards, that I can segment my life into to evenly balance them out, okay? And here they are. Number 1, this is not really in any particular order, but this is more of because certain segmentations become more prevalent at certain times. Okay, so number 1, you always hear this one: family. Having a good family foundation, being connected and well respected. Key: connected and respected by members of your family. That's a big one. Okay, so family's number 1. Again, no particular order. I'm just going off because I'm a mechanical engineering mind. I like numbers. Number 2, let's go with spirituality, religion. You can combine those. I combine them together because a lot of people think that have differing opinions about what their actual spirituality and religion is based upon. Some segment the two, that spirituality has nothing to do with religion. Some combine the two. So I combine the two. You can segment it however you want. This is just more so of a guide for you to go off of. So again, let's go back. Number 1 is family. Number 2 is religion or spirituality. So that's, if you're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, agnostic, what have you, atheist, whatever you believe as an outer spherical presence, that's what categorizes that. Okay, so number 1 is family. Number 2 is religion and spirituality. Number 3, I believe that a lot of people hold a big amount of emphasis on, especially in our work ethic driven culture, is career. Career, work, business, something that you put in a lot of time and gives you the money. Okay, that's number 3. Pretty self-explanatory. Number 4, let's go with, and actually going back to number 3, let's categorize for the people that are in college, the people that are, Stalker Mustang, wow, I don't know what that is. Anyways, let's go back to the career. I'm going to entitle that career/education, okay? Career/education. And the reason I'm doing that is because there are many students, as I was not too long ago, in college, pursuing a career, paying a huge amount of money to be there, but not necessarily making profit off of it, but identifying and learning things for a future career. So I'm going to say career/education. Okay. So that's number 3. To recap: number 1, family. Number 2, spirituality and religion. Number 3, education and career. Okay. Let's go with number 4. Okay. Relationships. These relationships are categorized as relationships that are outside your family unit, outside of those that consider family, because family is the blood. It's a little bit of a different aspect, even though not all of your families may be blood relatives. You may consider other people as family. It's a different category, and relationships really tends to be finding that other person for you, or finding those other people for you, depending upon what you're trying to go for. So as a man, finding the right woman, finding the right partner, That's what really relationships categorize. And then a subcategory, you have mate, obviously, and then you also have friends. Friends, acquaintances, okay? You can have friends that you have very, very close relationships with. You're very closely connected, share lots of stories, things of that nature, do things together that are not necessarily in that family bracket. I segment it differently like that, okay? So relationships encompasses your mate and encompasses your friends. So to recap again, I like recapping. Number 1, family. Number 2, spirituality and religion. Number 3, career and education. Number 4, relationships. Okay, that's what we're on right now. There's about 6 or 7. Number 5. What do I have on as number 5? Number 5, I'm going to put hobbies. Okay, hobbies. Something that you are passionate about. Something that you may not necessarily earn revenue on, but you would like to maybe earn revenue on, or you just like to do. Fishing, skydiving, snowboarding, building, fixing your car, drawing, playing basketball, anything, singing, anything that you find you like to do that soothes you. Maybe play video games, read. Something that, dance, something that you enjoy doing with or without other people that you don't really keep track of time doing. You just do it for fun. Okay, so that's number 5, hobbies. Number 1, family. Number 2, spirituality and religion. Number 3, career and education. Number 4, it gets harder for me as the list goes on. Number 4, relationships. Wow, that took me a while. Number 4, relationships. Number 5, see, I'm already screwed up now. Why am I all screwed up? Number 5, we have hobbies. Okay, those are the 5. Not too many more here. We're winding down. Let's see what we got. Number 6, let's go with 6 today. If I think of the number 7th, it depends on how you subcategorize them, and it's different for each person. But number 6, let's go with 6 today. Number 6, and this one is a big one. This one might be the biggest one of all. This one is really what, it's really one that we show very little effort at sometimes because we're so focused on ourselves, and that we really should probably put the most amount of effort in because it's the most out of whack. Here goes, number 6. Click for more. No, I'm just kidding. Number 6, world impact. What impact do you have on the world? Positive impact. Obviously, we're not going for negative impact. We're going for positive impact. What impact do you have on the world? Okay. A lot of people devote their time, their money. You know, you see very, very successful people give back to the world. What have you given back that's positive? Maybe you got to look in the mirror and go, I really haven't given back a whole lot. That's part of life fulfillment. Again, when we look at happiness, we go, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Why am I not happy? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I? That's identifying with the ego. Another topic, we'll get into it much later. But, a later video, I mean. But, we got to realize, what are we actually giving back? What are we giving of ourselves to somebody else to better the world and better the people and society, environment around us? Many people that are very successful interlink world impact with their career and business. That's a great way to do it. If you can interlink them all, then you're a master. So to go over the top 6 again, let's go over one more time. Okay, I'll go slow because obviously I got goofed up. All right, number 1, family. Again, no particular order. You can order it however you would like. They don't have different order, and I will explain why after. Number 1, family. Number 2, spirituality and religion. Number 3, career or education for those who are still in the educational system. Number 4, relationships. Absolutely. Number 5, hobbies, things that you do for yourself, things that you like. And number 6, world impact. Got them right. All right, those are the 6 categories of happiness. Imagine you can fit anything under all of those. Anything. Anything that you do on a daily basis falls under one of those categories. Okay? And you can subcategorize them. You can really get anal about them. These are a general 6. You can label them different ways if you'd like, but this gives you a little bit of an outline of where you're at. So, if you're not feeling good, if you're feeling depressed, a lot of the time, you can go back to these 6 categories and go, okay, I must be out of whack here. Let me give you an example. Let's go back to my previous definitions of happiness. What is it? Balance and progress. So how can we apply balance and progress to our 6 categories? This is how. Prime example. You have a young professional studying to be a doctor. I use my cousin as a prime example. She's going to be going for dental school. Okay? Dental school. She works her butt off. She works all the time. She's studying. She takes her tests. She goes to different dental conventions. She is working towards her career in education, and she is progressing. Okay? She's progressing very fast, and she's happy about it, right? She's doing well. She's getting good grades. She's putting in the time and the effort. She's being challenged, and she's being stimulated the correct way. Not too much, not too little. Maybe at times too much, but she balances that out. She is making progress. Okay? Progress is happiness. If you're stagnant in something and you're trying again, and you're just not cutting it, you're not cutting it, well, you know, your progress is stagnated. You're not doing anything. You're not making any difference. That's when people start to go, oh wow, my life is very unsatisfactory. I'm doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results, or I'm trying different things, but I'm not doing it the right way, and I am not progressing. Okay? For example, my cousin, she is progressing, so that's good, right? That's good. That's happiness. Righty. Does that guarantee her full happiness? No. Tell me why. I will, David. The reason why is because even though she's really, really progressing in this one area, she may be out of balance. And the other areas, I'm not trying to pick on my cousin, Kitty Aki, if you're watching this video. I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm just using you as an example. You may be fine in all the other categories, but this is the balance aspect. You have to be making progress in all of those categories, but you also have to be simultaneously balancing them. And different categories are going to require different effort to either progress or balance them at different times. And that's really the key. It's a very analytical way of looking at things, but when you map it all out, when you define happiness as progress and balance, you know, I got that from listening to talks from Oprah Winfrey, James Marshall, Tony Robbins primarily. Happiness is progress, and happiness is balance. If you can balance those categories and you're continually making progress in all of them, that's when you got it. That's when you got it made in the shade. You got the money, you got the family, you got the relationships, you're giving back to the world. That's when you've truly optimized your life for happiness. Warning of advice, do not become discouraged. Do not become discouraged if you are not there yet. Okay? It's about the journey. It's not about the destination. Because guess what? We're all going to the same place, believe it or not. It's about the journey, not the destination. So keep that in mind. If you're not there yet, if you're not even a little bit there yet, that's okay. Another rule of thumb to live by, 1% better each day. How can you make each category, or the one that you're really lacking in, identify which one is causing the most angst and depression in your life, whether that be family, maybe your family relationships, maybe your career and education is not where you want it to be, maybe your spirituality and religion is not up to par with how you hold yourself as standard, maybe your relationships, you haven't found the right mate, or your friends are not that great, your hobbies, you're not really identifying any hobbies with yourself, and number 6, you're not giving anything back to the world. Those could all be situations. So if you are feeling angsty, you're feeling depressed, and you're feeling that life is not worth living anymore, identify with those. See those categories. Okay, I see those categories, and develop your own definitions of those categories as well that suit to you, because everybody's different. Say, okay, I'm feeling depressed. Why am I feeling depressed? Because maybe I don't have that relationship, or maybe I don't have that job I wanted, or maybe, oh, okay, that's why I'm not feeling so great. And once you take yourself back, that's really having an awareness. I'm not progressing in this area of my life. I'm not balancing all of these areas appropriately. I'm giving a lot of my time into this, and I'm doing really well, but I don't have this guy over here. I don't have this category set up right. So that's a way that I have identified how to truly be happy. And it's still something that I struggle with at times. It's still something that I'm trying to optimize. It's like a system. But once you can identify that and continually improve the system, then you will be able to succeed in life. And guys, I just remembered the 7th category. And it's a big one. I'm sorry, I forgot it. I just remembered the 7th. It's a very, 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 very big one. Health. Health and wellness. Right? Number 7, health and wellness. That's a big, ginormous one that we cannot forget. If we take care of our temple, our body, then we can allow it to be functioning properly. So I apologize that I forgot that fundamental one, but add that to the happiness categories. Okay, these are them again to repeat one more time. Here's the 7. Number 1, family. Number 2, spirituality and religion. Number 3, career and education. Number 4, I'm going to put health in there. Okay, health, well-being, physical, mental, emotional, all of it. Number 5, relationships. Number 6, hobbies, things that you like to do yourself. And number 7, world impact, how you impact the world. Those are the 7. And the key to happiness is progressing in those categories and balancing those categories out. And once you can do that, half the battle's gone. Your brain will come up with answers on how to fix it. And that's what's great about this little documentation that we're making together. So once again, if you like this video, you like the content, and you forgive me for forgetting that important category up for last, please feel free to subscribe. Another one with In the Car with David. I'll be posting more content about how to live life, how to buy cars the right way, different aspects on seduction and religion and things of that nature. Please feel free to subscribe again. Love you guys. And until next time, see you later.